Hello everyone. Welcome to PhD Mercedes Day 3. I'm going to start with traffic light coding of my proposal. I write 10 pages and I want to see what I write and if there are things that I must overwrite or things that are missing, and so you must work. Just don't work to get 10 points, but you must work for 6 points, so that you that you don't have to work to be the best, but work to be good. And there's work to be good, and you become the best if you look at things you have done. So I make a scratch on paper and I will listen to it. You can also listen to it, and I will say it's now 27 minutes past 9, and we're gonna take off for the 45 minutes PhD day 3. Thank you. Okay, I use this. This is a kind of table for my knees, so I can put my my MacBook Air on it, and I'll let you hear something about of my of the things I have of the things I have written. One moment. Yes. So my proposal is going about the increasing number of over-medicalization of especially antidepressant. And I have 4 head topics, and I use the speak function of my laptop to hear and feel if I'm on the right way, because making a proposal is not working hard, but it's being busy with it. So you must think about it. And think about the things that you can do better. So what I write is not, for me, is very good, but if I listen to it, I can make it better, and I can make it better. You must listen to your own work. Listen to your own work. That's advice number 3 on PhD 3. I will give you 1,000 advices. 1,000. And I searched for it on the internet, but I also use it because in the past I'm going for take the sprint, and I want to do everything quick. But it doesn't help. Doing your PhD is taking your time, but not on one moment, but during the day. That's taking your PhD. A moment, I will. Okay. Okay. Yes. So. Okay. Let me listen. And this is not a secret, because I will change it after I read it. Okay, I can use Option Escape to make a speak function.
Table of contents.
Veld the perfect storm, pharmaceutical influence, provider pressure, and patient expectations driving antidepressant overprescription 2.
1. Management processes contributing to overmedicalization of antidepressants 3. 2. Institutional corruption and instant gratification. Analyzing the sources 4. 3. The role of healthcare professionals in overmedicalization 5. 4. Demedicalization. A multifaceted process 6.
Research question 7,
The perfect storm. Pharmaceutical influence, provider pressure, and patient expectations driving antidepressant overprescription. The widespread use of antidepressants has become a significant public health concern. While these medications can be effective in treating severe depression, there is growing evidence suggesting that they are often overprescribed, leading to potential side effects and unnecessary medicalization. The sources offer several reasons why the widespread use of antidepressants is a significant public health concern. Overmedicalization. The literature indicates that the overmedicalization of depressed mood, the tendency to define and treat sadness as a medical problem, is a contributing factor to the prevalence of antidepressant use. Conrad and Schneider, 1992. Clark et al., 2003. Abraham, 2010. Disease mongering. Pharmaceutical companies have an incentive to expand the boundaries of illness in order to increase the market for their drugs. This has resulted in the pathologization of normal human experiences and behaviors. Conrad and Schneider, 1980. For instance, male pattern baldness has been promoted as a cause for depression. Moynihan et al., 2002. Page 887. Limited effectiveness and side effects. The literature indicates that antidepressants may not be significantly more effective than placebos in the treatment of depression, and their use is associated with a range of side effects, including sexual dysfunction, weight gain, insomnia, and an increased risk
of suicide. Case et al., 2008, Kaczmarek, 2021, Andrews et al., 2012, Domar et al., 2013, Serretti en Sisa, 2009. Vertemoren, antidepressants may induce a biological vulnerability, making individuals more susceptible to future depressive episodes.
Inadequate awareness of alternatives. The literature suggests that many patients are not aware of alternative treatments for depression, such as psychotherapy. 1920. Patients may favor psychotherapy because they believe it addresses the underlying causes of their depression, unlike medication. Lucasen et al., 2008. This proposal aims to investigate the management processes that contribute to the overmedicalization of antidepressants. To this end, it will explore three key areas. 1. The role of pharmaceutical industry practices. The pharmaceutical industry plays a crucial role in shaping prescribing patterns through various strategies, including direct-to-consumer advertising, physician marketing, and the promotion of expanded disease definitions. These practices can influence both healthcare providers and patients, leading to increased demand for antidepressants. 2. The impact of healthcare provider decision-making. Healthcare providers are central to the prescribing process. Factors such as financial incentives, time constraints, and the influence of pharmaceutical representatives can impact their decision-making, potentially leading to overprescription. 3. The influence of patient expectations and the medicalization of everyday life. Patients' expectations and beliefs about mental health, often shaped by societal and cultural factors, can influence their interactions with healthcare providers. The medicalization of normal human experiences can lead to unnecessary diagnosis and treatment with antidepressants. Through the examination of these interconnected actors, this research seeks to shed light on the underlying causes of antidepressant overprescription and develop potential strategies to mitigate this issue. Management processes contributing to overmedicalization of antidepressants. While the sources don't directly address management processes related to antidepressants, they offer insights into broader practices that contribute to the overmedicalization of various conditions, which can be extrapolated to the use of antidepressants. Here are some key points. Expanding disease definitions and lowering diagnostic thresholds. The pharmaceutical industry, often driven by profit motives, engages in practices that encourage a broader definition of diseases and lower the threshold for diagnosis. Moynihan R., Henry D., 2006. Kaczmarek, 2021. Heaney and Riboni, 2024. This can lead to the medicalization of normal human experiences and the prescription of medication for conditions that might not require it. While not specific to antidepressants, this practice contributes to the over-medicalization of mental health conditions in general, potentially leading to increased antidepressant prescriptions. Kaczmarek, 2021. Disease awareness campaigns as veiled advertising. Pharmaceutical companies heavily invest in disease awareness campaigns, often targeting both healthcare providers and the general public. Moynihan R. Henry D. 2006. These campaigns, while presented as educational, can function as veiled advertising for specific medications. In the case of antidepressants, such campaigns might exaggerate the prevalence and severity of depression, downplay alternative treatment options, and promote the idea that medication is a quick and easy solution.
Moynihan R. Henry D.
Okay, what I see is that from the beginning I read a news article that in Belgium are one of the four people above 18 years, above 18, are using antidepressants. And that's a shocking number, but what's important in your PhD is not to focus on examples. You must focus on the whole ecosystem. So what I wrote here is not wrong, but I choose an example and I fix it out. But I don't must to choose the example. I must to look much broader. I must look to the big problem, to the big picture. And if I look to antidepressants, it's one of the bullets that can create over-medicalization. But I must rewrite this. That's not a problem, but I'm gonna think about it. So I'm gonna listen.
D. 2006.
Financial incentives and relationships with healthcare providers. The sources highlight the pharmaceutical industry's influence on healthcare providers through various financial incentives, including funding for research, conferences, and educational events. While not directly addressed in the context of antidepressants, these relationships can create conflicts of interest, potentially influencing prescribing practices. Healthcare providers might be more inclined to prescribe antidepressants when they are presented with biased information or when financial incentives are involved. Kaczmarek, 2021. Moynihan R. Henry D. 2006. Direct-to-consumer advertising and shaping patient expectations. Direct-to-consumer advertising of prescription drugs, while restricted in some countries, can influence patient expectations and lead to requests for specific medications. Although not all sources explicitly mention antidepressants in this context, it's worth noting that advertising can contribute to
Another advice is I don't give the advice numbers, but another advice is you can read, and you look at the time. It's now we are now in 15 minutes from starting, but it's not about hard work. I say it's not about hard work. You must know. Okay, I must make a turning point. So the first paragraph is calling management processes contributing to over-medicalization of antidepressants. And what I must do is to take the antidepressants away. I don't want to take an example. I can to make a paper of an example, but in my proposal I must go broader. I must go to the full picture. Okay, so what I do is I change management processing contributing to over-medicalization of antidepressants in management processes contributing to over-medicalization. Okay. And I will leave the antidepressants. I don't use it in the beginning anymore. Zo. And now I'm going to feel happy because if I know which management processes are contributing to over-medicalization, I have the basic of my proposal. So I'm happy. The basic is the what, and not how and which. Not how and which, but what. Which management processes contributing to over-medicalization. So in this question, I get the what. What is wrong? What is it? What is it? Okay. And if I get that answer, I can build an ecosystem. And with the ecosystem, I can look at articles that use an ecosystem and look at the bigger picture of the ecosystem. So if I have the ecosystem, I know who the players are. So that's my point. Look at what I found.
Management processes and over-medicalization. While the sources do not explicitly discuss management processes, they do provide insight into various factors and practices that can contribute to over-medicalization. Here are some key points. The role of the pharmaceutical industry.
Punt.
Disease mongering. The sources describe how pharmaceutical companies engage in disease mongering to expand their markets by
Punt.
medicalizing ordinary ailments. For example, baldness or mild symptoms of menopause are framed as medical conditions requiring treatment.
Punt.
Inflating the severity of mild conditions. Conditions like irritable bowel syndrome or high cholesterol might be portrayed as more serious than they are for most individuals.
Punt.
Creating new diagnoses. This involves defining normal human experiences as disorders, such as social anxiety disorder.
Punt.
Lowering diagnostic thresholds. This expands the pool of potential patients by making it easier to receive a diagnosis for a particular condition.
Punt. Depressiever.
Marketing. Pharmaceutical companies use sophisticated marketing techniques, including direct-to-consumer advertising, to promote their products, often targeting individuals with milder conditions who might not benefit from medication.
Punt.
Distorting prevalence estimates. The sources highlight how disease mongering can involve exaggerating the prevalence of certain conditions to create a sense of urgency and increase demand for treatment.
Punt.
Collaborating with medical professionals. The pharmaceutical industry often works closely with doctors to promote their products, providing financial incentives for prescribing certain medications and sponsoring medical conferences and research that support their claims.
Systemic factors. Punt.
Broad definition of health. The World Health Organization's WHO definition of health as a state of complete physical, mental and social well-being can contribute to over-medicalization by creating an expansive view of what constitutes a health.
Okay, dus what I get is is 1, 2, 3 factors and a conclusion about the question management processes and over-medicalization. That is the basic, because I am a master in management and I do my PhD on the Faculty of Management. I'm not yet called my school, but I'm studying in the Netherlands on the OU, the Open University, and I am an external PhD. And why I choose to be an external PhD, I can use my own topics and I can combine my work with my PhD. And my work is a 24/7 job. I'm a manager of the infrastructure of the subways in Amsterdam. and the maintenance of the subway and the whole infrastructure is a 24/7 business. So at night, in the morning, so I can combine it. I can combine my PhD with doing that. But you must know, your work is on the first place, but it is not the first thing to do. And that's a difference. Your work is on the first place, but it's not the first thing to do. I start with my PhD because I can use the knowledge from my PhD also in my work. So I start the morning with my PhD because my work is perfect. My work is perfect. If someone calls me, I must interrupt this and I take the call, but it doesn't happen because the work is perfect. It is arranged and it's magnificent. It is perfect. Okay, what I want to say, I have 4 topics here, and that is management processes and over-medicalization, the role of the pharmaceutical industry, systematic factors, and other factors, and connecting the management processes and conclusion. I'm gonna use Gemini to make an introduction of this text, and if I have this text, I'm gonna make a bridge to ecosystems, and I'm gonna make a bridge in the third phase. What is missing in the ecosystem, because most problems are, in my mind, ecosystem problems. I believe it. Most problems are not one factor, not 2 factors, but the combining of factors and actors in the ecosystem makes that it never stops. So that's why I want to fix this problem of over-medicalization. And one of my papers will go about the increasing number of using antidepressants. But we are not so far. First, we must know the definition of the management processes of and over-medicalization. Yes. Okay. So I'm gonna use Gemini. And what I do in Gemini, I cut and paste. Nothing more. Cut and paste. Cut and paste, and I look what Gemini is going to say. Here.
This is a comprehensive and insightful analysis of the factors contributing to over-medicalization, effectively connecting them to management processes. You've done a great job of highlighting the role of the pharmaceutical industry, systemic factors, and other relevant issues. Here are some additional points to consider. The role of medical education. Medical education can inadvertently contribute to over-medicalization by focusing heavily on disease and treatment, while neglecting the importance of social and environmental factors in health. A more holistic approach to medical education, emphasizing preventive care, patient-centered communication, and critical thinking, could help mitigate over-medicalization. The impact of technology. Advances in technology, such as direct-to-consumer genetic testing and wearable health devices, can lead to overdiagnosis and unnecessary medical interventions. It's important to critically assess the benefits and limitations of these technologies and to educate the public about their appropriate use. The role of patient expectations. Patient expectations, shaped by media, advertising, and personal experiences, can contribute to over-medicalization. Healthcare providers can play a role in managing patient expectations and promoting shared decision-making. By addressing these additional factors, we can further our understanding of over-medicalization and develop more effective strategies to combat it. Would you like to explore any of these points in more detail, or perhaps discuss potential solutions and interventions?
Okay, what you heard are 3 examples that Gemini gave me. Gemini gives first the compliments, and you are good, you are great, and helps you on your way, but you must understand that Gemini is an AI tool and we are humans. We do the thinking. Not Gemini. Gemini can help us with examples. Gemini is very good in examples. But what I say in the beginning, that we are going to look at examples. We're going to look at the broad picture. So we don't. If you got the Netherlands and you focus on one house. No, you must focus on everything. So you get the big picture. So what January gives me is our three exam: the rule of the medical education, the impact of technology, and the rule of patient expectations. Nice, but I don't need them. What I need is, going back to my text, is I need the introduction. Dus I need I want that Gemini helps me to write an introduction that I can use, and it's not plagiarism. It's a way of thinking. So what I do, I use Gemini to can you write introduction, and can you write an introduction? One moment, the car is going off. But it's very important to understand that using IE for your PhD is a gray area. But there's one rule. You can use everything, but it must be your proposal. It must be your article. It must be your words. If it are your words, then it's good. Just use your own words. So I want to read the words of Gemini, but I'm going to use my own words, my own thinking, because the PhD is it's a piece of mind. It's a piece of mind, piece of myself. So I say, use your own words, use your own thinking, and be critical about what Gemini is saying. Yes? Okay. Can you write an introduction of this? Look.
Introduction. Over-medicalization, a complex issue with far-reaching implications. Over-medicalization, the excessive use of medical interventions, has become a growing concern in modern healthcare. This phenomenon, driven by a complex interplay of factors, can lead to unnecessary treatments, increased healthcare costs, and adverse health outcomes. This paper delves into the multifaceted nature of over-medicalization, exploring the roles of various stakeholders and systemic factors that contribute to this issue. We will examine how management processes, particularly within the pharmaceutical industry and healthcare systems, can both exacerbate and mitigate over-medicalization. By understanding the underlying mechanisms and consequences of over-medicalization, we can identify potential strategies to promote more appropriate and effective healthcare practices.
Okay. What I listen to is many examples, but the examples that Gemini gives are good examples, but that's not the whole picture. And the whole picture is, you must do research to get the whole picture. Okay, one fault I see is I'm gonna read it again, and I will stop it one moment. Yeah, One moment.
Introduction. Over-medicalization, a complex issue with far-reaching implications. Over-medicalization, the excessive use of medical interventions, has become a growing concern in modern healthcare.
That's right.
This phenomenon, driven by a complex interplay of factors,
that are not all only factors, but also actors. You have factors, but you also have actors, people. If you talk about people, if you talk about discourse analysis, you talk about people, actors. Is that not? It's not completely right, but okay.
can lead to unnecessary treatments, increased healthcare costs, and adverse health outcomes.
Okay, it gives me examples: unnecessary treatment, sort, increased healthcare cost, sort, and adverse health outcomes, sort. But is this complete? I don't think so. So I have work to do with the introduction. Yeah, okay.
This paper delves into the multifaceted nature of over-medicalization, exploring the roles of various stakeholders and systemic factors that contribute to this issue.
Factors and actors, yeah.
We will examine how management processes, particularly within the pharmaceutical industry and healthcare systems, can both exacerbate and mitigate over-medicalization.
That's wrong, because if you take the ecosystem, if you take if you make a context analyze, you have the micro environment, you have the meso environment, you have the macro environment, and that are circles. You have micro, the smallest circle that's in the company. You have meso, and meso is your customers, your everything. And then you have macro, then you can make a D-step analysis. That's pure marketing, but that gives you a better image of the whole picture. So I can't use the introduction, but the introduction gives me ideas, and that's good.
By understanding the underlying mechanisms and consequences of over-medicalization, we can identify potential strategies to promote more appropriate and effective healthcare practices.
Okay. By understanding the underlying mechanisms and consequences of over-medicalization, we can identify potential strategies to promote more appropriate and effective healthcare practices. Then I solve. I don't solve I solve a practical problem. I solve a practical problem, but you must know that you can do also practical recommendations on the end of your paper, but also theoretical examples. But I must have the theoretical example, not I must have the practical relevance for the whole environment. No, one moment. The radio. I put the radio off because I'm now 100% in my focus, concentrate. So what I'm gonna do in my next session is to look if the introduction is good. And what I miss in the introduction is the whole ecosystem. Okay. One moment. So. very interesting that you can do a lot in 45 minutes. But don't make the mistake, it's not the 45 minutes, but it is rethinking about your 45 minutes. That's all the work. Okay then. I have it. Management processes and over-medicalization. Nice. What I'm gonna do for, if I'm gonna look if somebody write about this. So I use the last, it's very impulsive, but I use the last 7 minutes to search for papers. And it's enough time, or 7 minutes, search for papers. And you can use Google Scholar. So I almost on 45 minutes, and I will end this this session. I will see you tomorrow on my fourth session, and thanks that you want to study with me for I hope 1,000 days, and maybe if you see this after 4 years or 3 years, then you can use this YouTube videos for yourself. Not that looking me, but just to finish the 45 minutes. That's important. After 45 minutes you can't concentrate, but you must rethink about the 45 minutes, what I'm doing. So I got a lot of in mind, but I'm going now to work, to my real work, and I wish you all the luck, and go for it. Okay, thank you.